The DNVR Avalanche crew bringing you the final season preview with Nathan MacKinnon, the man of the hour. Nathan MacKinnon has learned how to do something that Cale Makar has not, AJ. Cale Makar will get there, but you know what? He hasn't quite solved it with the hockey gods yet. He still hits a few too many posts. Nathan MacKinnon, he looks the hockey gods right in the eye, and he says, I do whatever the hell I want. Except for score 100 points in a season.
And win the Hart.
He'll get that eventually. I'm not worried about that one. Probably not worried about the 100 points either, to be honest. Probably not this season, but the man is just a monster. Bring up his stats from last year. Ended up with 93 points in 69 games. Just casual.
Pretty nice season.
Pretty okay. It is what it is. When you get some niceness, you take some niceness. But Nathan MacKinnon, a debate we've had before. Is he the best player in the NHL today?
Sure.
You don't say no immediately.
Yeah.
Even if you don't believe he's the best, you have to think about it.
Yeah, I would say the only people who would say no quickly would be the people that live and die by the goals above replacement stuff.
Sure. And we don't have to get into that debate at all.
Oh, I'm not going to touch it. I'm just saying those are the only people that I see that are outside of Vancouver fans who are like, it's Patterson, and obviously they're morons. And then you have the Oilers fans who haven't seen a quality defense in 20 years, so they obviously don't care that neither McDavid nor Draisaitl play any defense. So the whole two-way thing for them is also consistently lost on them, especially with regards to Draisaitl. So that's, I totally understand where they're coming from when they say no. But anybody else, it's either the GAR or it's a bad opinion.
Simple as that.
So all this just to say, I talked myself into it. Yeah, he's the best player.
There you go. Video over again. These top players are easy videos to make, man. I'm telling you. But with MacKinnon in particular, this is we're entering the part of his career where we're expecting to see the best version of him. He's still fairly young, but prime is certainly coming, if not here. And there's only one thing on his mind, and that's winning a Stanley Cup.
I'm not putting it past him to score 100 points this year. It would obviously be a whale of an accomplishment. That would be something else. He's got to average just under 2 points per game to do it. I'm in.
All right, I'll jump on that bandwagon.
That's the level that he's on right now, and he's so locked in, and he's so dominant. Like what we saw in the postseason was something
otherworldly,
special. The only game he doesn't score in is Game 7, and we're talking he came within inches of 3 points that game.
Yep.
If he'd been a Dallas Star, he probably would have scored 9 points with the nonsense puck luck that they had. He was completely on a different level. He has been the last couple of postseasons. Everything is leading up to the breakthrough. The Hart Trophy Conn Smythe Cup winner solidifies the legacy at 25 years old. He's 25 right now. And by the time he's 26, I think he has all those accolades. I think he wins the Art Ross. I think he gets the Hart. I think he wins the Conn Smythe. And he becomes the face of this golden age of Avalanche hockey.
Bear witness, basically, because it hasn't been this good for Colorado hockey in a long time, and once it's done, it's not going to be this good again for a long time. This is as good as it gets, and that is Nathan MacKinnon from top to bottom. You're talking about a player that, even with the couple of down years he had at the start of his career, is approaching a point per game career as we speak.
Yeah, he's been well over a point per game for the last 3 seasons. He's been arguably the league's most dominant player over those 3 years.
Yep.
Points wise, he hasn't been. Again, he hasn't even broken 100 points one time. But the way that he plays and the way that he dominates, every year it gets a little more complete. You know, a couple years ago, he was scoring like 2 points per game at home and struggled on the road. And then he put that together. And then last year, took another step forward, put it all together. I mean, 93 points in 69 games. So they continued on. And had he stayed healthy, which obviously he got hurt right at the end, so he may not have been healthy anyway, even had they played all 82. But he was on pace where he was going to push 110 point season.
Yeah.
You know, he was going to be right on that, and he was leading a team at the top of the table in the standings. None of this, we're fighting for third place in the Pacific Division. None of this bull. You know, he's the engine of the West's best team.
Well,
and this year, there's the reason that I'm not counting this out is that there is a certain level of ferocity and intensity at which he has been growing every year. The laser focus, all he wants to do is win the cup. He doesn't care about anything else. He doesn't care about anything else. Anything else.
Yep.
I mean, this is a dude that is completely obsessed and driven by the idea of winning. And you know what happens when you get a guy like that?
They win.
You win.
Yeah, I can't argue against it. There are not many people single-handedly capable of dragging teams to relevancy. And thankfully, the team the Avs this year he doesn't need to. But over the last couple of seasons, there was a good bit of Nathan MacKinnon being the Colorado Avalanche.
When this whole run started, it was, the Avs are a one-line team.
Yep.
It's LOL not close to true anymore. The amount of help he has, there's a chance, I don't know, I don't think this will be true because I'm a believer in some of the young kids, but there's a chance this might be the most talented Avs team he ever plays on. But I'm all in on the fact that he probably recognizes that. He knows what's up. He knows that this is his time. He knows that he has the pressure. He knows that he has the ability, everything in front of him. He has all the tools at his disposal to make this thing happen. There's absolutely no excuses at this point. There's, even injuries, it doesn't matter. The only blip on Nathan MacKinnon's radar is that he can't seem to score in game sevens.
Yep.
Kind of a thing, not an irrelevant question.
It matters, but I tell you what, he's this good, this team is this good, win before game 7.
They shouldn't be messing with game 7s this year. They should be closing series out in game 6 at the latest this season, especially in this cakewalk of a division. This should be the coronation of everything that's been building for a while. So goes Nathan MacKinnon, as go the Avs.
Yep, 100%. Allie, could you go ahead and bring up our big question for MacKinnon? So our big question is, can he finally win the Hart Trophy? And Allie, if you could go ahead and bring up our expectations for Nathan MacKinnon. Yeah, he finally wins the Hart Trophy. All right. Seems pretty straightforward to me where this season is headed for Nathan MacKinnon. The dude is special. The dude is completely capable of making the world his oyster, certainly if it's on ice. What more can you say? The Avs have a legend in the making.
Yeah, I mean, this is Sidney Crosby before he won a cup.
Yep.
This is Alexander Ovechkin before he won a cup. It's the defining time period of his career is now. The Avs are exceptional. They have built arguably the best team in the NHL, even next to Tampa Bay. They are top to bottom very, very good. And it all runs through him.
This is the type of player where, despite him being 25 years old, a lot of career ahead of him, if the Avs don't win a cup this year or maybe next year too, the conversation becomes Nathan MacKinnon is the best player in the league without a Stanley Cup.
You don't want to chase down Joe Thornton.
Exactly.
That's not the guy that you don't want to be. You don't want to see Nathan MacKinnon at 40 years old bouncing around the league, just hanging on, trying to sneak a cup because he wants it that badly.
Yep.
And to be honest, Joe Thornton is a rarity. Those guys, hockey is one of those sports where when you have one of those guys, you tend to win championships.
Yep.
If Colorado can't figure out a way to win a Stanley Cup with Nathan MacKinnon in his prime,
failure.
It's a huge failure of an entire era, especially with the supporting cast that he has. It's not like Nathan MacKinnon. It's not like the Eric Lindros Flyers, where they had the Legion of Doom and that was it. This is a huge opportunity
team. Yeah.
For Nathan MacKinnon, and he sets the tone. I said in the Landeskog video that Landy sets the tone for the franchise, but Nathan MacKinnon's day in and day out work ethic. I mean, God-given talent is one thing, but the fact that guy absolutely goes to maximize that talent, he has a supreme gift, and he squeezes every ounce out of that with the work ethic that he has. He's completely driven by winning a Stanley Cup, by the success, by the holding up the cup. Who knows what happens to him when it happens? That'll be a fun conversation for the future. But the guy, until he gets there, it's a maniacal pursuit, and good luck standing in his way.
This is the Colorado Avalanche are like Team Dragon Ball. All right, they've assembled some of the best fighters in the world, and the big bad guy of the NHL is coming for him. And they might knock down a couple of them. They might take him to town. But at the end of that line is Nathan MacKinnon and Ultra Instinct with blonde hair, I guess it's blue hair or purple hair, whatever color hair they have these days, waiting to absolutely murder.
I mean, 100 points this year in 56 games. He's definitely gone Super Saiyan.
There you have it. Nathan MacKinnon, certainly one of the best players in the league, if not the best. And he's a Colorado Avalanche player. So if you're not hyped on the season yet, I don't know why you should be. That's for sure. You got to get in, got to watch it, got to get the access. And we have you covered fully here at the DNVR. Check out our website. Amazing content top to bottom from AJ, Evan, myself. Huge shout out to our awesome production team for all of these videos as well. They are amazing. All of these awesome graphics. Love you guys very, very much. We're going to wrap it all up here. And whenever this releases, it might even be opening day or the day before opening day. So get hype. Let's do that hockey. We'll be here. We'll see you then.